What is up, guys? This is Laid Back to Fusion here with Watamote Episode 8 review. And this episode, just like all the episodes before this, was very cringeworthy. I mean, damn. This anime, if you don't feel any type of sympathy or embarrassment or nervousness from watching this anime, something's wrong with you. Because I definitely feel that every time, like before I even click play on the video, I already get the feeling that, oh man, I'm gonna have to stop or skip through some parts in this episode because it's gonna be very awkward. And this episode basically wraps around the premise that Tomoko's little cousin is coming over for it, but I assume there's like a day or a little while to visit her older cousins, her family. So in like the first 10 minutes to 5 minutes of the episode, you get the problem right away with this scene. Tomoko apparently has been telling her little cousin all this blasphemy about how she's some kind of like amazing person, has like an amazing boyfriend and stuff like that, and all these lies and other things that at the time her little cousin just listened and completely believed everything she said. But at the point Tomoko is in high school, which I guess when Tomoko was telling her little cousin all this stuff, she assumed that she would be the person she was telling the stories about by the time she got into high school, which wasn't true. So basically, she's stuck in this scenario where she's still the same person that she's been in middle school, minus all of the added on lies that she's told her little cousin. So it's come to a point where it's like this anime just makes me face palm every episode. Like, why would you do that? Why would you say that? Why would you? I don't know. But basically, her little cousin comes over and they have like bonding time because her older brother is off at camp somewhere, and they have a lot of bonding time and time to hang out. But before we even get to that, Tomoko tries to prepare for her little cousin's arrival, and she did something that I wasn't even aware was possible. She takes the vacuum in an attempt to straight up like without any hesitation, without any second thought, she straight up tries to use the vacuum in order to make hickeys on her body. That way, when her little cousin comes, she can actually believe that she's done something related to like guys at the time, which I don't really get. I don't get why she's so obsessed with like letting people know that she has some type of relation with the opposite sex. I mean, it just seems like it's unnecessary. Like, it doesn't need to really be that serious, but she makes it that serious. So she tries to use the vacuum all over her body by giving herself like forced pickies and stuff like that. And basically, what ends up happening is her mom comes in the room to get the vacuum to see if she's actually cleaned up her room to get the vacuum, and then she looks at her daughter and she says something that actually is very interesting. That was interesting. She said, you're always doing crazy stuff. I don't know why you keep doing this stuff," or something along the lines of that. And if you guys don't know, throughout the entire like anime so far, it almost seems like her family's oblivious to the things that she's doing or the way that she is. But this episode and I think 2 episodes ago or the episode before this one actually lets us realize that her mom and dad are aware of the way the way their daughter is, and they really don't seem to have any way to like they really don't know how to like help well, they don't know what to do in terms of getting her to understand what she's doing is stupid, or why she doesn't have to act like the way she is. And it must be hard for a parent to walk in and see the things that their daughter is doing for whatever reason, and they don't even ask what are you doing. They don't even ask why she's doing what she's doing. As parents, they just support her without any form of rational thought or anything like that. They just straight up like whatever, just whatever. So Tomoko tries to lash out against her mom and gets pin smacked because of it. Like just straight up pin smacked. Just it was a funny moment, but like she gets smacked, and then it skips to when her little cousin comes over, and she basically has like a red handprint on her face from getting smacked. Um, I'm just gonna skip. I mean, I know this is a review, but I'd rather just skip to the parts that everybody seems to care about, which is the awkward or the embarrassing parts. The first embarrassing part per se to me wasn't the part where the guy who gave her the umbrella meets up with her again in the library. I think that part was more like a nice addition and I guess a hope for a better future for Tomoko, and it really made me feel as if she's really gonna get some type of like happy ending in the end. But of course, quickly those hopes are crushed just as fast as they come when Tomoko's little cousin, who I'm sorry her name escapes me at the moment, but her little cousin basically asks her, "Is that the guy you've been talking about the whole time in all your stories?" And she's like, "Oh yeah, yeah, it is." So she like I don't get it. She dug herself into that own situation. She could have easily just said no and moved on, but no. She for whatever reason, like I guess, gets nervous or has like a derp moment where she just answers whatever however she can, and she answered yes for whatever reason, and now she's stuck in a situation where if she ever has to see that guy again, or when if she ever sees that guy again when she's with her little cousin, she has a lot of explaining to do. So basically, she's in a situation where it's like you have to go back to the library to hand back the book. So it's just by chance that you have to hope that he's not there again. And because her luck is the way it is, um, when they're going back to the library on a rainy day, this is another embarrassing part that I found funny. They're going back to the library on a rainy day, and basically, the guy who I don't think they given him a name yet, but the guy who gave her the umbrella and the guy who she claimed to her little sister is her boyfriend basically is seen walking into the library with another girl. And of course, the second you even saw this picture, you're like, "Yep, this is issue." So basically, he's um he is seen walking to the library with another girl. Now, her little cousin seems to be more mature than what I assumed a little cousin would be, like somebody her age. But then again, she's in middle school with the parents of like an elementary schooler, so I don't really. So I guess that could explain why she seems so much mature that she really is. So the little cousin becomes worried that her her older cousin, that Tomoko, is getting cheated on or something's going wrong with their relationship. So basically, what ends up happening is what happens is I'm sorry. I'm trying to remember the episode. I don't have it in front of me. I'm trying to remember. What happens is they go into the library, and it cuts to a scene of him tutoring the girl he walked into the library with. So right then and there's already the misunderstanding that he does not have or as far as we know right now, he doesn't have a girlfriend. That's just, I guess he's a tutor that he does maybe after school tutoring, tutors people, and it just so happened that on this specific day he's tutoring a girl. So I don't. So I guess that could explain it. But what ends up happening is Tomoko goes into the bathroom to try to like conduct herself from this problem because she sees that she got herself into this and she's like, I can't believe this. So she tries to conduct herself from this problem that she's getting herself into. She's basically just in the bathroom tearing the toilet paper off the roll, just keep going, and she's like freaking out. And then the little cousin sees the guy like collect a loan, and then she has the idea because she's worried about her older cousin. So that's understandable. So she's the idea to try to walk up and approach the guy, like out of it, like it almost seems like everybody but Tomoko and her family is super social. Like they're like really social and open with people, like easy to talk to people, except for her. I mean, her brother maybe, but that that is like a whole nother story, which I hope they do a season two of. I want to make a video about the discussing the brother, but yeah, it seems like she's like the only one in her family like that. Like, where does she get it from? Where does, I mean, she could have probably like grown up with it, but that doesn't make any sense either because of the episode where the brother came in the house and they saw the mom watching the um the video of when they were babies, and then she was perfectly open and having fun and happy and social. So there should be an explanation to why she's like this at this age when nobody else in her family is. But anyways, back to back to the episode. She walks up to the guy and she's basically like talking all this stuff like, I don't think it's right what you're doing. I don't think what you're doing is fair to my older cousin. You know, like she playing like the best friend role in a relationship. She's just going at him, and he's just like, what? And then he asks the question, who are you talking about? Like who is this this cousin of yours? And then Tomoko at that time kind of walks out the bathroom only to find her little cousin talking to the guy. And then she just starts freaking out even more. Like this is like a hopeless situation because everything could only happen to her just this way. And she just talks to, I mean, she starts to freak out as her little cousin's talking to the guy. And then she comes to a conclusion that what she's done is completely her fault and she needs to just end it. Like, this is the first time in the show where she actually has made a decision herself to go out and end the situation she started. So she walks up to her little cousin, tells her little cousin that she needs to talk to the guy, and then the little cousin walks away and goes off somewhere to like watch from a distance. And then when the little cousin comes back to see if they're done talking, she sees Tomoko on her knees and hands like apologizing and stuff to the guy. And I remember Tomoko mentioned how he accepted the apology pretty well, but he was kind of creeped out by what that the situation that he's been put in by this girl he doesn't even really know at all. So I hope we see that guy again. I hope he stays relevant in the story. I mean, he's not like every other no-name character on the anime because he actually has a face. Because apparently, I guess the way they do it in the manga and how they do it in anime is every character that doesn't really matter at all doesn't have a face. They don't have a drawn face. It's like he actually has a drawn face. So maybe it was just for these two episodes, those two episodes he's in, episode 8 and the episode where she was caught in the rain. Maybe he's no longer relevant now, but I hope that he comes back for like another episode because for somebody that says so little, he seems to get wrapped up in a lot. And he's just trying to be nice. He's just trying to be a good person. And I wonder maybe if this changes him or his opinion on Tomoko and stuff like that. Because it seems like they go to the same school. We don't know if they're in the same class, but we know that they go to the same school enough for him to know who she is. So I want to see more about that. That was a pretty good part in the show. And it's so awkward because you can feel the the embarrassment and just like it makes you just want to stop the video and just walk away for a minute and like take it all in and just come back like at a later time because you just can't take it. You just can't take the amount of face palm and embarrassment when you're watching this anime. It's so much and it's so real because it's kind of like in a slice of life format where you almost feel as if these situations can happen to you, and you feel so much sympathy for Tomoko that the anime almost gives you a feeling that she has no hope, that there's just no hope for her to really become this person she wants to become, and it's like you're following a train wreck, like it's like you're following the train before the train wreck, and I'm not really I don't see how the anime has a beginning and an end. It seems like it's just gonna keep going on. These situations just keep going on until the anime eventually just stops. And there's no like real resolution. It's just, and she was like that forever. It's like, oh wow, okay then. But the little cousin comes back and sees her kneeling on the ground, apologizing and saying sorry to the guy for what she's done and stuff like that. And then something I guess snaps in the little cousin where she's just all like quiet and stuff, and she's just like the person she's been told that her older cousin is no longer who she really is, and she sees that she's been lying or she's a fraud, that she's not really the person that she's always said to be. And it's very sad and embarrassing that you're just like, wow, it's gotten this bad that every time you think it can never get worse, it just gets worse and worse and worse. And basically, wow, I can't even. And basically, the little cousin goes all like tsundere on her and stuff like that. And stops talking, starts looking at her with like the petrified eyes and stuff like that. And then Tomoko sees this and she's like, I have to do something to fix this. So she takes her out to this convenience store, which is said to be like some kind of like great place or a fun place or something like that. So she takes her out to this kind of convenience store and tells her that she can buy basically whatever she wants, I guess, like in candy wise or like ice cream wise, just buy like whatever she wants. So then she goes out, and then in the convenience store there's apparently some kind of card game tournament going on that Tomoko is like the best player, the queen of, and her cousin regains a little bit of hope in Tomoko being this amazing or this somewhat good, truly good, like amazing person, because what the little cousin believes that she plays with the kids and stuff like that, and she like, you know, plays like, you know, plays with the kids when she has time to do so. But what it turns out is that Tomoko actually cheats in these card games because she likes the feeling of feeling as if she's superior to people, even if it's kids, even if it's little kids. She likes the feeling of feeling that she's in like a crowd, I guess, or superior to a group of people. So it comes out to a point where it's like, the little cousin caught what the little kids can't catch or didn't catch when they were playing the card game. The little cousin caught Tomoko cheating in the card game, which then caused the little cousin to truly see once again, when you just think it can't get worse, she sees Tomoko really for what it is right now, and she's kind of a sad person. She's kind of like a sad story right now. Like it's just hit rock bottom to the point of after that moment, the little cousin, for as young as she is, she comes to like a consensus that her cousin is really what she's seeing, and she believes what she believes her cousin is truly is right. She's like a sad puppy, like a abandoned puppy, like she needs assistance, like help. And the little cousin that comes to like a point where she just accepts it and is like, yeah, I'll visit her again. So she needs to be taken care of because obviously she needs help, and it's just so sad. It's like, dang, like it makes you always wonder what comes next. And what really makes this show work even isn't just the scenarios, the animation, and how good of a job the story writers are at making these kind of situations that feel possible, that make you feel uncomfortable when you're watching the show, as you should be. Um, it's also the voice actors. The voice actors really are doing an amazing job in this show, as they really give me the feeling that they could be in these, like, that they really find these scenarios interesting, that they're actually voice acting to a point where it feels like I could shut off the subs and watch like the raw video and still get a gist of how everything's happening and what's happening without the subs. Just watch the video raw and just see her get into these situations, and it's almost as if I can understand the words that are coming out of her mouth because the voice acting and the animation is good enough where it really gives you a sense of the distress and the embarrassment, awkwardness that the show represents. So because of this specific episode and because of how it just it makes you want to walk away from your laptop, from your computer. It makes you just want to be like, I have to watch the rest of the episode later. Like every episode just like this, just knocks out of the park. So I gotta give this episode 8 out of 10. It was very good. It wasn't perfect. It was very good. It I think it should have focused more on Tomoko's, like it just focused a little bit more on Tomoko's, like um her, what's what I'm looking for, her I'm not doing another take of this, so this is what you get. Her her wanting to be liked by guys, I guess you could say. I mean, I'm trying to look for like a better way to say it, but I guess that's what you say it. I think it should have been. I should have focused. I think it should have focused a little bit more on her liking to be like, on her wanting to be liked by guys, because that guy seems like. It seems like he could, like I almost had hope that he could almost tolerate Tomoko's character, her personality, but I guess not. I guess I'm wrong. So this has been a review of episode 8, and it got an 8 out of 10. Heh, but that's funny, and I hope to see. Honestly, I really hope to see more of like Tomoko's, more of her winning in the end, because it seems like all she does is lose. And to compare this to the anime Welcome to the NHK, at least in the end, you always got the feeling that he started to win. He started to understand how things work and how he can change. Tomoko isn't seeing that. She's staying the same way the whole anime through. And I don't know how many episodes this anime has, but I want to see some type of win for Tomoko in the end, at least in the end, at least once. And this has been Laid Back to Tsujin with an extremely long review, an unnecessarily long review, and I'm out.